I had an opportunity to work on my little Citizens of London essay again today. It's not done yet. I only have so much battery power, so I started it yesterday and wrote a bit more of it today. You want to hear what I have so far?
Oh, yeah, because, well, we were talking about this yesterday, if you remember, and it is
oh, yeah, this was our topic last night.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, folks, you're in for a real treat whenever
you're going to love this.
Yeah, you are, and it makes it's just the critical thinking that Kate has done that's become common sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to become.
And it is, Michael. We laughed about this last night. This is so, and I got how many years it takes us to figure this shit out? Really? Like, think about it. Like, seriously. Jeez. Like, I'm kicking myself in the ass on this one. I mean, it was always there. It was always right there. I just couldn't put my finger on it, and I put my finger on it, and the whole system exploded. So here, let's have some fun. Maybe we'll do a little preamble. Here, I'll tell you what. Let me just read this, and then I know there's going to be a lot of things touched on it, and it's going to be a lot. I want to really make it a very personable essay. I start off kind of technical a little bit, but I'm rolling it into just a standard, chat that you would have with people, just common sense, right? So, excuse me. So it's taken this bit of an evolution, but it's basically this: attention, citizens of the City of London State. Attention, if you are using a legal name, you are, in fact, a consenting slave of the City of London State citizen. The Crown Corporation is headquartered. Yeah. Phonics? No kidding, eh? Anyway, the Crown Corporation is headquartered in this foreign jurisdiction, square mile country, and everything legally registered with the legal name, only while you claim or consent to be one, on this planet is property of this Crown Corporation that has not been forthright with the hidden benefits one gets by being a legal name citizen slave. Don't even give you the right passports. I'll get into that in a minute. It'll melt your mind. It's a pure, perfect divide and conquer. I love it. It's brilliant. Anyway, now you may scoff at this at first, but then you're the one that's going to have to look for yourself to attempt to debunk this fact. Good luck. This is where you'll need to take responsibility of an opinion based in previous programming, or be willing to take responsibility for looking. Most people act like the character in the movie They Live, where the lead character merely asks his friend to put on the glasses to see for himself. And a 20-minute fight scene ensues with the one refusing to simply look, but finally yielding to look, where, to their sudden realization, they saw the truth of what was going on. I merely ask you to please, pretty please, with sugar on top, just put the glasses on. What you do from there is your choice. But then at least you'll know what is really going on, so you can decide whether or not living a life of lie and fraud works for you or not. That's all. Just look. Then you can decide, right? It is a known fact that all legal names are property of this corporation and held under copyright in the legal fiction realms. If you use someone else's copyrighted material without their permission, what happens? Well, if you're not sure, then start bootlegging pirated movies and advertise them for sale online and see how long it takes to get a reaction. Get the point? You may remember those silly old FBI... Yeah. You may remember those silly old FBI warnings at the beginning of movies telling you the same thing. When the birth certificate is mailed out to new parents, they don't include the permission to use slip with it, with the hopes that you will be ignorant enough to not notice the copyright on it and assume and presume that it belongs to you when it doesn't. Sorry, I'm thinking back on a few things that happened today, and you guys are going to laugh. I howled. Anyway, when anyone does this, they immediately commit fraud unknowingly. And in that ignorance of these simple facts, where the original intent to deceive via non-disclosure of the creators of this fraudulent offer belongs to the owners of the Crown Corporation, where they hope you will honor their offer to put you in a perpetual state of committing fraud with everything you ever do while using or claiming to be or profiting from, etc., a legal name that they own. In that all legal names belong only to the City of London State jurisdiction. Everyone with a legal name actually brings that jurisdiction to every country on this planet. And that's why lawyers, judges, and bar members can do what they do and remain in honor in their jurisdiction, because using their legal name brings the jurisdiction to them. you're a willing participant as a citizen of this square mile city. If you speak for their name, you are theirs to claim, mind, body, and soul, literally. It's such a simple thing, that yet most people, due to their programming, refuse to see this because they can't imagine living life without a legal name, only because they've never known anything different. This is the program that anyone who knows this information runs into when trying to share this with someone who doesn't. It shorts out the entire program, so don't be surprised if you see a few sparks. It's a simple truth, and the logic is self-evident, even using the limited understanding of most people to deduce these facts. It's not nice to steal or cheat or murder, etc. The legal name enables all of it in this system of host, us, versus parasite, crown worshippers, and that includes all religions too. By the way, the parasite, that includes anyone that willfully and knowingly uses a legal name. Knowing what
That's
it
right.
is.
Yep.
Sorry, I have my nice nights and I'm having one of my other not so nice nights, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to deliver this in such a way that, I don't crush people with it much. Anyway, wars, famine, caste systems, etc.
You have to make them a little. You got to make them a little uncomfortable here, Kate, because if they aren't, if somebody listening to what you've just said isn't a little bit uncomfortable with what they've done, well then maybe they're sociopaths and psychopaths too, and they're right at home in the fraud.
Well, yeah. I was muted when I said what I said. It's got to be just uncomfortable enough for people to finally go, oh, I'm not going to sit in this chair with broken glass any longer. So let me carry on. We're almost done here. Wars, famine, caste systems, etc. Where was it? It's not a good thing, and humanity enables all of the wars, the famine, caste systems, etc. by using this legal name that empowers the empires with you as a willing slave. You want to stop the bombing in Gaza? You have that much power. All right. Every embassy on this planet belongs to a registered country that is registered to the Crown, and are thus all the same embassies with a different label on the package. A rose by any other name is still a rose, no? So if you have a passport with a registered name attached, you're attached to the Crown via the same single thread that runs through the entire system, one ring to rule them all. Under universal law, of which there is only one law, known as the Golden Rule, one must give free will choice to be harmed, and people do that to themselves using the system's legal name. This is a big pill to swallow, but you're going to have to choke it down, or you're going to go through the repeat as necessary cycle until you get it. I refer to this as spiritual Groundhog Day. I don't care what country you claim to be from, what nationality you are, because that's a delusion of divide and conquer. And you can't claim to be anything other than a slave citizen of the City of London state if you consent to be a legal name. That includes citizens of any country whatsoever. This truth will not sink in until you finally decide to simply look for yourself. This has been the bane of the free man sovereign citizen types because they're still fighting in the illusion, using a crown-owned name in complete dishonor, and they will be jailed accordingly. This is especially true for those teaching or selling legal remedy, because all they're doing is putting ignorant people in harm's way. All of these layers of the system have been exposed step by methodical step, and every time a fraud was revealed on the surface, the courts and system were forced to back down to remain in their delusional idea of honor. The toughest people to get through to in the system are the ones that serve the system directly, such as police, lawyers, judges, government employees, etc. They are heavily programmed, and their livelihood is dependent on pushing paper while producing nothing but more paper, and thus more fleecing to pay for the previous fleecings. It really is an easy thing to see, while at the same time difficult to comprehend, and that is due to the reliance humanity has placed in allowing others to rule their lives. If you choose a master other than yourself, then you need to shut up, because you gave your voice away. So don't complain when your masters fleece you and whip you, because that's what any psychopathic entity does to any slave. By choosing the legal name id-entity, you are consenting to slavery, so get over it. Accept it, and get on with your miserable existence, but don't complain. You're doing it to yourself. All anyone needs to do is follow the yellow brick road of logic without emotional interference to see this ruse in its entirety. If anyone that has ever dealt in the legal realms doesn't get this, then they're simply in denial, a shill, a coward, or a knowing psychopath working for the destruction of humanity. And that's as far as I got. It's going to get more colorful from there. But think about, yeah,
that's a beautiful piece of work there, Kate.
But it's pretty simple, isn't it?
It is so simple. That's that really makes me think about that attorney that I was speaking about, Mike Bryant.
Yeah.
The freaking guy really told me the truth. It's like when he told me, when you figure it out, Michael, how simple they got you, how easy it happened. I'm like, come on. He says, no, you're going to kick yourself. And how much did I kick myself, Kate?
You and me both.